All right, Alan, the recording is started, so whenever you want to call to order.
I just lost my picture here. Do you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I hear you.
I'll get back on that. We'll call the meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. This is the April 23rd meeting of the Norwalk Harbor Management Commission. Could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge of allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for which it
which
stands,
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice
for all. Right. There we go. We're back with my my picture here. Well, come on now. There we go. I'll call the roll. Matt Gifford, I see you there.
Present, Alan.
Hey, very good. Lori Jones,
Present.
Alan Kibbe, present. Jeff Mangles,
present.
Chris McDonald,
Present.
Mike Matthews,
Present.
Dr. Pinto,
Present.
Chris White, don't see Chris, and Mr. Remsen. All right, we do have a quorum, so we can be begin our meeting. Do we have Amelia, anybody for public participation?
Yes, it looks like we already have one hand raised. So if anyone else would like to speak during public comment, please use the raise your hand feature at the bottom of your screen. And then when you make your public comment, just a reminder to state your name, your address, and what agenda item you will be commenting about. All right, Ms. Loratelli, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chair, Harbor Commission and staff. My name is Diane Loricella, 21 Little Fox Lane in West Norwalk. It has been a while since I have come in front of your esteemed commission. The reason that, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Everyone does it differently. The reason tonight I just wanted to speak was because there are two things that I think I'd like you to consider. The first is you will be looking at, I think it's page 7 of your packet, the referral from the Planning and Zoning, where it lays out in red several of the changes to the zoning laws that they are considering related to reducing flooding and being mindful of the increased sea level. I wanted to bring your attention to number 4 on page 7 of the packet that I saw on the city website under accessory buildings that are detached. I have been long a proponent of increasing the quality and the number of detached accessory dwelling units. And I believe that requiring 25 feet from coastal jurisdiction lines, whereas with other types of regular homes, I believe it is less. I wanted just to bring your attention to the fact that I believe we should try to have affordable accessory detached dwelling units. And so I think this may be excessive. The main reason I wanted to speak, though, was that I have noticed, as you all have, for quite several months, there is no Water Quality Committee report. Offline, Mr. Chairman, I would like to have a discussion with you about the intention of the administration as well as this commission as to the reason why we have not, I am still a member, I'm still listed as a member, but why we don't have a functioning water quality committee. And the reason I'm asking this is I have learned that there is a permit for the Manresa remediation plans. And I don't want to see this commission nor any commission in our city be caught unaware. The best way to influence the DEEP to get things right is to do so right up front when a permit has been taken. Even though I am very thankful with Mr. McCord and his wife, I think that the Manresa plans have a lot of potential, are exciting, and a wonderful way to preserve open space. However, it does not in any way reduce the need to do a proper neutral party look at how the known and some unknown pollution will affect the shellfish beds as well as our water quality. So if we had a water quality subcommittee, I believe that we would be able to look at it in a very structured and calm way with the scientists that were members of this water quality committee, including me. So I just wanted to say that. I wish you well for the rest of the evening. And Mr. Kibbe, I would like to meet with you offline so that we could discuss what I just told you. Thanks so much.
You muted, Alan.
Quality Commission?
Sort of hear you.
Anybody hear me?
Low.
Very low. You're very low.
Diane, are you still on the line? Diane Marshall?
She is. I did remove her permission to speak, but I can add her back if you'd like. Give me one second. But yeah, she's still here. Okay.
My understanding about talking to the mayor's office and people in City Hall, that the mayor has no intention of reappointing a chair of the Mayor's Water Quality Commission before the election. I have not heard that from the mayor, but that's what I've been able to gather in trying to get that commission going again. So we'll just have to keep after that, and I will meet with talk with Diane about the.
Well, I mean, this is our city, and I think
about
you know,
Manresa and the Mayor's Water Quality Committee.
I know. Let's talk offline because I don't agree that we should wait until November.
Really, any more public participation?
Thank you.
If anybody else would like to participate in public participation, please use the raise your hand feature. I think that is it for tonight.
Do we have any more public participation?
I don't think Alan can hear us.
Alan, can you hear us?
We lost Amelia?
Amelia is here. Do you hear us?
I don't hear anybody either. I can't hear anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There's no sense of responding.
No
Amelia?
sense of, yeah.
Everybody speaks sign.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Can somebody say something? See if I can hear.
Alan, we're waiting for you to respond. You're responding, but you can't hear us.
Oh,
There you go.
backwards. Yeah,
Right.
no, it's backwards. It's mirrored.
Let's mirrored.
Oh, perfect. There you go. Perfect. Don't touch anything, Alan.
I won't. I'm trying a different way of managing screens here, and obviously it's not working at all. So I won't do that again. Amelia, are there any other participants for public participation?
No one else has raised their hand to speak, so I think that's it for public comment tonight. And I have not received any correspondence either, nothing in writing to be shared with the commission.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. Laurie Jones, could you run
Yep.
the acceptance of the minutes?
Yep, I did distribute the final draft minutes with that showed Dr. Pinto's edits in red. There were just a couple. And so I would like to make a motion to approve the March minutes.
For a
Or
second?
maybe I can't make the motion. Can somebody
I'll
please make the motion?
I'll make the
Thank
motion.
Jeff. Second.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in
Any
favor?
discussion? All in favor?
Favor?
Opposed? Abstention? Okay, they're passed.
It's accepted. Thank you very much, Laurie. Application Review Committee, Dr. Pinto.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Our first item on the agenda was from Ms. Williams submitting the POCD, the amendment referral, the Affordable Housing Action Plan. I went through it. I'm sure many of you have probably pieced through that. It's quite a long document. I just had 2 comments, and it actually dealt with Table 1, Item 3, and Item 7 of Table 1. I don't have the document. Amelia, do you have the document there? And I just wanted to point out 2 lines that we would like to, that I make recommendation that the commission support in inserting.
Yep, I can pull it up. So if you said table,
Yeah, here, you know what I have? I have, wait a minute, just let me see if I can do this.
or if you give me the page number, I can pull it up on my
I
screen.
think it's Table 1.
Table 1. All right, let me
Table
find
1.
that quickly.
I have it written out, but if you want to see the actual document itself.
Is that the public engagement summary? No, that's
No, it's just Table 1.
okay.
We about page 6, maybe.
Underutilized government-owned land.
Here, let me, it just listed as Table 1, the first
I'll
table.
pull up what I have and then just correct me if that is not what you're referring to.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, table 1, it's Table 1, and it's gonna be Item 1. All right, so it says Item 1 is this municipal surface parking lot, is that the one? Yeah, right there. Yeah, for example, it says this municipal parking lot is located along the Noack River and serves the surrounding retail shops. The site may be suitable for future redevelopment, particularly given its location in an active area. Future redevelopment would likely need to include municipal parking to meet existing parking needs. And I'm recommending to the commission that we put and add to that. Let me see if we let's see, municipal parking to meet existing parking needs and sustainable site design that reduces impervious surfaces, incorporates stormwater management strategies, prevents pollutant discharge into Noack River, and supports a long-term climate adaptation. And then continue with the last line. In addition, this site is located in an area that experiences flooding and potential flooding. So the insertion would include, after parking needs, and sustainable site design that reduces impervious surfaces, incorporates stormwater management strategies, and prevents pollutant discharge into Noack River, and supports long-term climate adaptation in that one area right there. And then the second one is the item number 7, which is basically the same, right? Basic numbers. So item number 7 begins, it says this large municipal surface parking lot is located near the Noack River and Irving Freeze Park, the Pocket Park, and serves the surrounding commercial area. The site has potential for future redevelopment. Future redevelopment would likely need to include, again, municipal parking to meet existing parking needs of this active commercial area. And I thought we would add, in addition, future development would need to incorporate modern drainage infrastructure and low impact development techniques that will not only enhance environmental performance, but also position the project as a model for ecologically responsible urban redevelopment in a coastal or river adjacent community. Those are the 2 additions that I found, and I thought perhaps we would add to that.
Could I just ask a question? How many people on the call have had the opportunity to fully review the referral?
Well, it is pretty long. I have read through it.
I scanned through it, but I've not read it thoroughly. I've spent some time with it, but again, it just
Well, what I managed to do is to look at the sections that dealt particularly with areas that are close to or near the Nauk River or the harbor. And I thought that those are the two sites that perhaps would require some additional input from the commission.
Chris, have you had an opportunity to read this?
You are
Yes.
muted, Chris.
I have not read through it at all.
Laurie? I'm just wondering if you should table
I
this until the next
scanned
meeting.
it, but I did not read word for word.
Amelia, is there any red hot urgency for this that we can't table this till our next meeting when we've all had a chance to review this?
I believe it is tentatively on the Planning and Zoning Commission's agenda for their first June meeting, so it's possible if you did want to discuss it in May. I don't, I mean, I think they do statutorily, they would be able to look at it at their second May meeting, which would be before your May meeting, but right now it is tentatively on the schedule for June.
Well, I appreciate Dr. Pinto's comments. There may be more to come from the commission.
Well, I mean, I'm going to submit now, and I'll submit to the commission my responses to that section. You can review it and either yay or nay it, however the other commission would like to proceed.
John, those are the ones we were going over the other night, right?
No, those are different. That was for.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was for the other. Okay, yeah, no, the one you're talking about is extremely challenging to get through.
That's a longer document, yeah. So I went through it, and that's the only two sites that I saw that would involve any kind of comment from the commission is what I incorporated in that.
Exactly.
Those.
Okay.
I will submit that, Alan, to the commission. The commission can review that, can review my remarks for future consideration.
We'll consider that at our next meeting and maybe have a little bit fuller discussion about anything anybody else has seen.
All right, I will submit. I'll send that over after the meeting, then, everyone.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, that was it on that first section. All right.
We ready to move on to the?
So the next section is a CAM application from 36 Dock Road. The proposed project involves demolishing an existing single-family resident and constructing a new single-family residence in nearly the same location, while retaining the detached garage and driveway. Let me see if I have. Let me see. Amelia, let me just. I have that here.
Sure, and if you'd like me to, oh, perfect, you got it.
Okay, so so they're going to retain this garage here and this driveway area here. There's a new septic system that will be installed in the adjacent lawn area, and I believe that's here in this location here. And a stormwater management system will be implemented to manage the runoff from the new roof. The impervious surface will increase by 37% from 5,300 thereabouts to 7,000 thereabouts square feet. Most of the new impervious surface will be managed by a proposed stormwater system. The roof leaders from the new residents will direct runoff to the underground detention system west of the house. The existing driveway and garage will maintain their current drainage patterns, directly run off into Dock Road. The detention system includes, they talk about this Coltech system. These units surrounded by crushed stone, providing 341 cubic feet of storage. During typical storms, the system allows the water to infiltrate into underlying soils without surface discharge, and sized to handle the water quality volume, which they have an engineering design to show. The system captures the first flush runoff, et cetera, and it's designed to typically contain most of the pollutants, and it's this infiltration process effectively filters off the remaining 90% of the total suspended solids. No work is planned within the flood hazard zone. I don't know if anyone is here from the applicant to perhaps discuss the construction of the home, but I believe that nothing is going to be planned. This is as far as remaining the same footprint in this area here. What is going to remain, I guess, is the garage area, with an increase in the impervious surface area. But again, the water is going to be maintained by this additional Coltech system.
There's no representative here for this application, but I think you summarized it perfectly. It's, I think, and one of the bigger concerns from P&Z, because it is kind of just knocking down a house and rebuilding with a minimal site disturbance was the lack or the removal of trees. And in my preliminary review for the Planning and Zoning Commission, that was something I talked to the applicant about, who had told me they intend to submit revised plans showing some additional tree plantings to try and negate that impact. But aside from that, there were no huge comments from Planning and Zoning, and I think you summarized the proposal very nicely.
All right, so basically, as far as from my perspective, I would certainly see no adverse impact as far as the harbor is concerned, provided that again they have proper stormwater management. Again, I would probably have no problem of saying that it is consistent with the harbor management plan, providing that they certainly manage the adequate water runoff that they have there in that area. And apparently they managed to do so with the new Coltech system and sort of clearing up much of the pollutants that would fall from the that added impervious surface. So with that, again, in the other aspect with regard to maintaining best management practices during the construction process, I perhaps don't see any problem of the project moving forward, or even indicating that it's consistent with the harbor management plan based on the reduction of water pollutants.
Anyone want to make a motion?
All right, I'll make that a motion that that we recommend that the application is consistent with the harbor management plan, and providing that the applicant maintains best management practices during the construction, and making sure that there's no adverse effect on environmental quality, or including water quality, and that we do support the aspect of reducing the impact of stormwater runoff on the harbor.
I'll
A
second that,
second.
or Lori will.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? All right, so moved. I'll get that letter out and to submit to Amelia for Planning and Zoning Commission.
Thank you, John. for That one.
Yeah, the next one is we reviewed. This is the zoning referral amendments to the NOC zoning regulations. This is the zoning regulations text amendment to Articles 4, 6, 8, and 9. And the application review committee reviewed that, and what was sent around. Let me see if I can get this again here. Hold on. Let me just how do we do this? We stop sharing. And let's see. Share, we're going to hear. Okay, here. Okay. The item 3 that's listed are the items that are listed on page 3. And they're indicated here, and you can see this here, they're here in red.
Mm-hmm.
Items in 3. And we had sent around, we discussed this among the application review, and we came up with a few suggested additions. I don't know how do you want to do this, Alan? We can read through this, submit this to the Michigan again for further review. But what the application review committee is submitting for recommendations as far as the suggested changes in the wording are in the red font that I have here. For example, what is in black font is what they already have here already. But then again, there's certain sections here that I wish like the commission to add. And it says all new construction, substantial improvements and repairs to structures that have sustained subsequent damage shall be located at least 15 feet landward of the coastal jurisdiction line, except for the following: subject to environmental review and public trust considerations. I'd like to add that to that last statement. And then their A, B, C, and D is what they have is in black, and what we should we're submitting for proposal is in the red. So the existing residents are being raised to comply with sections 695C1. I'm not sure what that means, provided that there is no increase in massing or impervious surface that could affect stormwater management or environmental integrity. I'd like to add that to the last section there. B, interior renovations to a principal building, provided no exterior alterations increase the impact on water quality or coastal access. Pools, and then he crossed this out, if they are at least 10 feet landward of the coastal jurisdiction line, and what we add, designed to prevent runoff or erosion that would affect Norwalk Harbor. Docks, and stop there, subject to environmental review and permitting to minimize the impact on water quality, shellfish habitats and resources and navigation. Public access requirements as defined within these regulations. That's what they propose. The commission should add in ensuring that private development does not obstruct public waterfront access. And then civic districts, they stop there, provided developments within these districts align with sustainable practices and harbor management goals. And G, water dependent uses and marine versus vessel uses within table 4398 are addition with environmental protection measures to safeguard the harbor's ecosystem and public trust added in that section. Right. And then there was item 5 listed on I'm sorry, the items listed on page 5, where this is what they propose, is that this is in their current edition that they have. And then what the commission suggested wording, and that here, instead of starting with 25, that a minimum setback of 25 feet from the coastal jurisdiction line, this is always incorporated what they have, must be maintained with this area dedicated to public use, including waterfront access and water quality improvements. Exceptions to the setback may be granted by the Planning and Zoning Commission only when the proposed use enhances or preserves water dependent uses, or when the reuse of existing buildings and structures is consistent with the overall purposes of the district, including maintaining public access, protecting water quality. And any such exceptions must prioritize the long-term health of the harbor, public trust principles, and environmental sustainability. Right. That's that section there. And then they had item 5 on page 6, which is, this is what they have proposed here. These are the crossouts that they have suggested here. And what we had done is to embellish on this one area right here, where at the bottom of this section right here on item 5 and page 6, that the commission suggested wording for an additional statement after the above statement be included here, that this information dealing with public access, environmental protection, water dependent uses, public safety and navigation, and consistency with the harbor management goals, and a minimum frontage build out shall not exceed 40%, et cetera, just to, again, for maintaining public interest standards that are set forth in the harbor management plan. Right. I'd like to add, I just said I can submit this around here, or we can read through this now, or how we want to propose or do. And then there was item 8 listed on page 10, that this is what they had, and that a site plan review pursuant to sections 845 shall be required. And that in addition to that, we should add the commission suggested addition, a coastal site plan review shall be required, ensuring that all development complies with the principles of the coastal resource protection, environmental preservation, and public access to coastal waters, and in accordance with the harbor management plan and outlined in section 22A 113 M through that in the Connecticut general statutes. In addition, so
John, did the application review committee unanimously agree to these changes?
yes, Chris and Matt, we reviewed this.
Yeah, we made a number of these, came up with all the comments that we had. Dr. Pinto was doing a lot of the heavy lifting, so I appreciate him cutting out some of that to make it a little easier, but we went through this at pretty good length.
So technically, this is before the entire commission to approve the recommendation of the application review committee. So I think we should have a motion to, from my point of view, unless there's discussion beforehand, a motion to accept the application review committee's work on this language.
I'll second that. That was
Yeah.
my question too. Yeah, like where did this come from? And because it's the first time I've seen it. But if it's the recommendation of 3 of you who have taken a good hard look at it, then I support it. So that's my second.
So all in favor of accepting this for the Harbor Commission?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, John. That's kind of heroic, that document too.
Well, I had a little bit of time on my hands.
Yeah, right. We all have time on our hands. Yeah, thank you very much for all that work, and it sounds good as you read it. So it's all it's
Yeah,
all
well
good.
done, John.
Thank you,
I'll submit that to the
And the entire
committee.
committee.
Nicely done. All right, John, is that the
end of our
application review? There we go. Keep dropping my audio if I change screens is what happens here. Reports. My report is oops. Am I still there?
Yes, you are.
Yes. My face is gone. Wow. I only have two items. First is just congratulations to all who were involved with getting the grant dollars resolved for building the East Basin docking facility. It's really everybody involved deserves hearty congratulations for accomplishing that and getting that money available to the city. I know the city is very excited about it as well. So that's a good step forward. The only item there that has to be resolved is we had some discussion when we put that application in about the facility, how the facility supports our commercial mooring field. And we'll have to really go to look at that very quickly to see that it meets the needs of the people holding our rental moorings for coming ashore to get water or pick up people or wash their boat or whatever. But it's my only caveat there. Harbor Master Lavallo's agreement with the state comes up for renewal July.
June, I think.
End of June. I'm sorry, for the beginning of July. So if any, since we can't have an executive session where we can talk openly, and I don't think personally there's a whole lot to talk about. If any of you have any concerns about reappointing Bruce to his position, please reach out to me and then we'll deal with that at our next meeting. So we'll table that discussion until we can have a private session on that. So that is the end of my my report today. And Steve Bartosh is not present, am I correct?
You're
I do
correct.
not see
And
him.
he emailed a copy of
Yeah.
his report.
So I have his report. I can read it to you. There, he said, I am submitting my report in writing for the record tonight. 26 Shorefoot Park, Norwalk Shell Committee voted to table the consultation. Forms were submitted to DEEP and agent indicating this. 163 Gregory Boulevard, pending site visit for consultation completion. His third note is next Norwalk Shellfish Committee meeting scheduled for 1 May at 18:30 hours will likely be postponed or canceled. Final notice will go out on Monday. So that is Chairman Bartosh's report from Shellfish.
Alan, and just to dovetail on that, the commission has submitted our response to 26 Shorefront. I gave you a copy of that.
Any other comments? Mr. Stedman, is Mr. Stedman here?
He's not here.
Okay. Mooring and harbor safety.
All right, so nothing really to report about DACWA. no new reservations have come in. Moorings, the mooring fields, the online moorings, 52 are approved, 49 are under review. Transient moorings, been in contact with Edwards Marine. We're on the list to get everything inspected, starting with the Sheffield Islands mooring fields first, and then the inner moorings, so the new mooring balls, if you want to call them that, they're cans. Those are painted. The mooring lines are ready to go. So depending on what Norm Edwards finds or Edwards Marine finds, as far as what needs to be replaced, we'll get that information to everyone. We are obligated to inspect the moorings every 2 years and to replace any hardware that needs to be replaced, like shackles and chain and swivels and etc. So we'll do that. I have contacted Gary Wetmore to see what 200 square foot docks would run us if we wanted to go that route. And that was a long discussion many years ago that we've had regarding using floating docks and anchoring them with mushrooms, with moorings, to allow people to tie up to the floating docks, which makes it a little easier instead of people picking up a mooring. So I'm going to see what happens there. Managed fields, all 3 managed fields have paid their first payment. Harbor Master Boat is ready for action. The invoice is in the city's hands from All Seasons. So we want to just remind everybody that if we have something like that, that we need to get an invoice or a quote first to do that. Mooring safety and island safety, there's no safety issues to be reported right now. On the, can't remember what day it was, but maybe the 16th or so, a week from last Sunday, a week from Easter previous. We took the Boy Scout that's interested in doing some work for the city to gain his Eagle Scout ranking. The harbor master and I took the Boy Scout, the troop leader, and his parents to Shea Island and focused. He's from Troop 222 in Norwalk. He's going to submit a plan to clean up the area, cut back all the brush and things around the facilities. If you didn't know, there are 2 facilities over there, outhouses, if you will. So we need that are in this repair right now. And clean that up and clean up the area around it, and then clean up the entire island, him and his troop. So all of that is going to be done once is the scout leader who's in charge of the Eagle Scout ranking okays that project. I've been in contact with Recreation and Parks. They couldn't have been better to work with than anybody else. I mean, they're fantastic. Any questions that I've ever had, they answered clearly, and they're as excited as we are to help this young man get his Eagle Scout ranking. Some of the things to do out there is just clear out the around the facility, replace the siding over there. Harbor Master vessel, and I'm hoping to get the Marine unit to lend a hand as well to ferry out the scouts on and off the island. And I'll let the Harbor Management Commission know when that's going to take place, and to see if anyone wants to go out to assist from the Harbor Management Commission or anybody else that is on this call. Would be absolutely fantastic. Other than that, that's it. That's all I have.
Thank you, Jeff. I have a question. How many transient moorings are going to be deployed this summer and where?
So we still have the 8 that we have. We may add another one. Bruce and I, or the harbor master and I, we're going to go out probably Sunday. We're going to see, but probably Sunday and scope around. We may move some existing mooring holders slightly just to make room for some moorings in the inner harbor, because those are the hot moorings that people want. You know, they want those. So we'll let you know.
So, but we'll have how many in the inner harbor this year of transit moorings?
Well, we currently have 2. If we have
Yeah.
space, we'll see if we can throw another one in there, maybe 2 more.
Wonderful. That's great. I think it's a tremendous effort to bring visitors into our harbor, which I think is a huge benefit to the city. So
Yeah, call
Thanks
me
for all-
crazy. I can't wait to talk to all of those people again.
I skipped over Harbor Master Lavallo inadvertently. I'm trying to work with the city's agenda on the agenda and minutes page, and that only stays open for a period of time, then shuts itself down like right now. So I have to.
I'm having the same problem, Alan. It disappears and then it just like I get this message, ah, snap, it's gone.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem, so I keep having to return it on, which is why I'm kind of confused here. It's not my it's not the drugs, it's just the confusion.
I think
It
you
goes
can
with my-
download. I think you can
goes with the
download it if you
age
want.
too.
You can download them. So if you download them, you can
Yes.
pull them up. That is
I was
correct.
trying to be a little more efficient and modern in my operation here. Harbor Master Lavallo, please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Pretty much Commissioner Mangles summed it all up for the last couple of weeks in this coming month. Really nothing. I went out a couple hours on Monday and Tuesday, just checking moorings. Found a couple more that are possibly abandoned. I stickered them for the owners to give me a call. If I don't receive any calls, they'll be pulled. Other than that, Deputy Harbor Master Lee and Deputy Harbor Master Vinci, we're just every day we kind of field calls, people calling us, asking us questions about moorings, locations of moorings, can we put moorings on oyster beds and all that jazz. Just alone today, I received about 8 calls for people that are looking for moorings in the harbor. A couple of them, I'm probably gonna have to tell them no because there's sailboats with 7-foot draft, and I just can't accommodate. Majority of them are sailboats, but 2 of them were, they draw almost 7 feet of water, so we can't accommodate them. That's about it. The Harbor Master boat's running good. It'll probably come out. I'm waiting for the Marine unit is officers are still using it until their boat is splashed, probably in maybe this week or next week. And once that happens, I'm gonna have the boat pulled and I'll go down and wax it up, paint the bottom, and stick it back in. That's pretty much end of my report.
Thank you, Harbor Master Lavallo. Appreciate it. I didn't see it on the agenda here, but Marine Police Unit Sergeant Bisceglie.
How you doing, guys?
We're doing well. How about you?
Oh, no complaints.
I just called on you to see if you had a report or wanted to speak.
Nope, we have nothing. Like Bruce was saying, we're using the our master boat intermittently for our extra work job. Our bottom painting should be completed in the next few days, so should be in the water early next week, hopefully.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep, thank you.
Excuse me, Alan, I was like, question, did we receive that drone? Supposed to get a drone?
Yeah, I
Or,
reported that last month. And
okay,
The drone was there.
that's right.
Deputy Harbor Master Lee has it.
Okay, thank you.
Moving along, Chris McDonald, Finance.
Yep. I don't remember if we got this news before the meeting last month, but our grant request from the city was rejected. So we are getting $0 from the city this fiscal year. They were tightening everybody's belts, so it's not totally unexpected. The good news is with them pouring over our books, and me taking a second look at everything, I realized it was a bit of a drop off in our online mooring from the online mooring in the last fiscal year. And when we dug into it, it was a couple months of deposits from online mooring got mislaid by the city. I don't know what exactly happened, but they restored about $8,000 to our account. So that was, I wouldn't call it a windfall. We should have had it all along, but we're even without the city money, we are in good shape. We'll have a lot of money on hand even come the end of the fiscal year in June. I don't, unless we have any major expenses, we spent a couple thousand on the Harbor Master boat. That was to be expected. We'll be able to handle any money, any capital money that Jeff puts into the mooring field. So I think we're in good shape all around there.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. One thought that I may have shared with you, but is that we're carrying a few $1,000s every year for abandoned vessel removal, and I'm not sure that we really should be doing that. It's what that contributes to is just carrying extra money that we don't spend, and since there's money in the city for unanticipated events, I'm kind of working on having that, getting an agreement from the city to say that they'll be responsible for those things, so we don't have to try to build up a cash fund so we can have a $6,000 or $10,000 vessel removal emergency that we have to deal with. So I'll keep you posted.
That's interesting, Alan, because that was brought up probably about 10, 15 years ago as well. The finance people decided they saw that little contingency fund that we had, and they did not like the idea that we carried it forward each year. I argued the fact that that money that is there is used also for this as a contingency fund, is just for that, and that they didn't like to see a plus in the column, and so they refused to give us further funds if that money was not spent down. So that was mentioned to us quite a while ago. Somewhere along the line, as long as we have enough money to carry out some of our duties, and that money that we had saved over the past years also went to help fund the dredging requirements that we had. We had to pay for out of pocket our own dredge analysis of the surface in order to transport and deposit our material out in the Western Long Island Sound. So we had to pay for that, and that came out of the contingency fund. So in some ways it's good, and I guess some ways it can work against us, I said. So.
Yeah, well, since they've taken our grant away, it's not a tit for tat kind of thing, in my opinion. It's just that they carry money in the budget that they'd like us not to be carrying money over.
I don't know why.
Might happen.
Yeah.
The city apparently has funds for emergencies like that. So,
well, when we approached the city about paying for the analysis of the dredge, you take it out of your fund. So somewhere along the line, it depends on who was in charge of the finances at the time, whether it's plus or minus. But it's kind of interesting. I mean, we managed to get them $3 million, from the for the docks, and it's sort of a little anticlimactic, the fact that they cut our budget.
Thanks, John. And Chris, thank you very much for catching those missing funds from the online mooring. That's
huge. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah,
Good
good,
for you.
yeah,
Thank you.
good.
Plans and recommendations?
Yep, so work continues on the harbor management plan. The key chapter is chapter 3 with all the policies, and Chris has taken a look through that, and it's now in Bruce's hands
Yeah.
for just
I'm
seeing if
scanning
there's
it.
any great anything that needs to be updated or deleted or added. So that's that. Alan has a very partial draft in his hands of chapters 1 and 2, and Jeff continues work on, I guess you're done with 4, but working on 5 and
Yeah, 4 is
consolidating
done.
that. And I think our goal may be, this is just one idea, is to consolidate all the policies together and then have the exceptions in for the other parts of the harbor, for each individual harbor area, have just the exceptions in those other chapters. So we'll take a look at that and see if it makes sense. But anyway, and then the last chapter, which is about implementation of the plan, is still in limbo because of the court system, the court issue with Greenwich and questioning the authority of the Harbor Management Commission. But in the meantime, we're working on the rest of it. There's no specific timeline or urgency, but I would like to just keep it pushing along. So Bruce, thank you for taking a look at the policies.
You're welcome. Thank you. And in response to your concern, Glory, too, about that very important section about our requirements to review application, we're still planning to meet with the DEP to discuss that. As a matter of fact, I had a call to Brian Thompson. He's agreed to meet with me as well. So.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. Newsletter and website, Chris. No, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, Chris.
I thought I saw his head there. Water quality. I've been trying to get to the mayor's office to get some action on appointing a chair of that committee. Apparently the chair is appointed by the mayor, not elected by the committee. And the mayor doesn't, as I understand it, doesn't intend to appoint a new chair before before the election. So,
did you give a rationale for that?
I've had that indirectly from several people. I don't know what the rationale would be, but it would.
There's a connect there. There seems to be a little bit of disconnect somewhere along the line. I don't know what the reelection,
Well, I assume he's not going to be reelected because he's not running. So it'd be somebody else's problem.
Well, I wouldn't look at it as a problem. I think it was sort of a need.
Well, exactly. And I've been trying to make it clear that we kind of need that component because the whole water quality aspect of not only the harbor, but the watershed and all is really very important to the city. And just shouldn't be left to chance. But I've not spoken with the mayor directly, so I don't know what the issue is there. But it's certainly a value, and as Diane mentioned, the commissioners are still sort of on call. They're all there, but there's no chair to call the meeting. So I'll find out more about that. Is there any new business? Not hearing any. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Well,
Second?
A second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just congratulations on your first sub-hour meeting.
Yeah.
I know.
Holy
Jeff thought
smokes.
he held the record.
That's good. I have to apologize for all my technical difficulties here. It's really funny. I'm trying to make this more efficient for me, not having any papers to look at, but all of a sudden the agenda in front of me kind of disappears every few minutes. So it's something kind of strange going on there. Anyway, all in favor of adjourning the meeting? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
But that's unanimous. So meeting is adjourned. Thank you very, very much.
Right.
Appreciate all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Matt.
everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Take care,
Bonsoir.
everybody.